Hello everybody, welcome back to my Japan travel videos. Thank you again for your support and for your patience. It's been a little while since I put the last video together. I've now switched to short sleeves. I'm still trying to find the time to put everything together, so again, thank you for your understanding. Today we're going to look at Kyoto, a day that I spent in Kyoto with my friend Akari, whom I've known for quite a while. So in this segment is going to be some videos, but more photos than videos. So you'll be hearing my voice a lot in the background as I describe to you the things that I see in this unique part of Kyoto. So before I go to Kyoto, I go for the morning to the Kintetsu department store, which is attached to my hotel in Osaka, and I run across this name, a well-known confectionery company here in the Kansai region called Kobe Fugetsudo, a well-storied company known for their sweets. They have a little corner cafe here, and in the mornings they do what's called a morning service. So you can order a set breakfast course, and it's inexpensive. So I had a ham and cheese sandwich, a potato salad, and orange juice. It only cost me like $5 or $6 US only. A fulfilling and cheap start to my day. So after breakfast, I go to Tennoji Station, and I end up buying an express ticket for this train that you see pulling in right now. This is the limited express train called the Haruka, and it runs between Kyoto, Osaka, and Kansai Airport. So I'm actually going to end up using this train to go to Kyoto. It's the easiest train from Tennoji to Kyoto to use. If you have the extra money or if you have a Japan Rail Pass, I highly recommend you use this train. It sort of like takes a shortcut to get you to Kyoto, and it gets you to Kyoto from Tennoji in only about 45 minutes. So it's very convenient to use. And what is this gigantic structure, you may ask? Not a convention center. It's a train station. Kyoto Station. I'll be meeting up with my friend for the day. The central entrance to Kyoto Station. Always happy to be back here. And directly to the other side is Kyoto Tower. One of the other tower symbols of Kyoto, because not many of the buildings here are very tall. So I met up with Akari and we went together to the Fushimi district of Kyoto. We went to Fushimi Momoyama train station, crossed the train tracks, and we saw this, an old shotengai, or Japanese shopping arcade. You'll see a lot of these all over Japan. Then Akari took me to this place. I had mentioned to her that I wanted to go to a tea shop and bring tea back home to one of my relatives in the U.S., so she took me to this place. This is the Yasumoto Tea Shop, which has been around in this area, in fact in this spot, for generations. So you go into the store and you see all these old boxes of tea sitting behind the clerk. They sell tea by weight, so you tell them how much tea you want, of what type, and then they weigh it out and give you a price. So they were able to give me some tea to bring back home to the United States. I also had a chance to try some hojicha, or roasted Japanese green tea. The best hojicha I've ever tasted. It was so delicious. And the day wasn't even done. Our next stop was Teradaya Inn, an old ryokan, or traditional Japanese lodging. What's so special about Teradaya? Well, a samurai by the name of Ryoma Sakamoto stayed here. If you read up about Japanese history, you will certainly come across the name Ryoma Sakamoto, a very influential samurai who back in the day had dreams of a modern Japan, and he attempted to overthrow the Tokugawa shogunate. It was in this inn in 1862 where a failed assassination attempt on Ryoma Sakamoto took place. Unfortunately, he will be successfully assassinated 5 years after that. So you can see here, Teradaya is restored to what it would have looked like in the 1860s when Sakamoto was alive. You can also see the upper floor is very close to where modern vehicular traffic goes today. After a quick stroll along the canal, one of our final stops together was at the Gekkeikan Sake Museum. If you're a sake lover like I am, you've certainly heard of the name Gekkeikan. Here, Gekkeikan uses one of their old breweries and uses it as a museum to show the history-making of sake for over 4 centuries. With the cost of admission, you even get a bottle of sake, a very tiny one. It was very fascinating to see everything inside. Akari and I had a light snack before we parted ways, but before that she said, "Hey Jose, on the way back to Kyoto, why don't you stop by Nijo Temple? The pagoda is lit up at night and it's very beautiful." So I ended up doing that, and as you can see, I was just a little bit too early. So I would do what anybody else would do in this situation. I went around the corner and had Kentucky Fried Chicken. Yes, you'll find these all over Japan as well. After eating, I went back to the temple, and here's the result. How beautiful is that? I have not visited Nijo when it is open to the public, unfortunately. It was closed by the time I got there on this day. But I'm certainly going to put it on my to-do list for a future Japan trip. So I'm here in the archaic Kyoto Station. I'm enjoying Mr. Donut while waiting for my 7 o'clock train back to the hotel. Delicious. One of the few things I wanted to get out of the way was Mr. Donut while I was here. So today was a good day. It was great to catch up with Akari, who showed me around Fushimi district in Kyoto today. A lot of pictures. I've got some things to bring back home today, and it was good to catch up with Akari, see how she's been doing, because I haven't seen her in about it's been 9 years, I think, since I last saw her. And I also learned this morning that department stores can have cheap breakfasts. I had like a $5 ham and cheese toast sandwich with orange juice in the Kintetsu department store at Kobe Fugetsudo, which they have a branch back home in New Jersey where they just sell sweets. So they have a little morning time breakfast, and it was cool to see it. But yeah, walked through Fushimi today with Akari, bought some tea, went to the Sake Museum, and I'm gonna bring back some sake sweets back home. Now is the time, as I enter the last part of my trip, where if I look at some sweets or snacks to bring back home, now I look for them, because a lot of the sweets, they tend to expire quickly. So I want to make sure I buy them last before I come home. Alright, I've got one more donut. You see that? Extreme close up. So I'm going to work on that, and then I will take the airport train. Well, the airport train that goes to Kansai Airport, but I'll be taking it back to my hotel in Tennoji. I have enough time to check out the night atmosphere here in Kyoto. Through in a little bit. I also noticed that there's netting below us. People must have kept dropping things from this ledge. So probably a good idea. All right, as I'm watching this beautiful Kyoto Tower behind me, I'm starting to feel raindrops. It looks like there's going to be non-stop rain on the forecast again for tomorrow. Well, actually starting now and continuing tomorrow. At least it's what I heard in the news reports. So we'll see how things go for tomorrow. One more day planned staying in Osaka. I'm hoping to venture out in the direction of Okayama or Karashiki tomorrow. We'll see how the weather holds up.